about cancer in Zhan Zhuang, a report most of us have ignored.
Thanks to Master Zachariah Crick from the Switzerland, a beautiful country, nice people, and such a poetic photo. According to the 2012 China Cancer Registry Annual Report, there were about 3.37 million new cancer cases and 2.11 million deaths in China each year. Note, this number has far expanded. Cancer has become the leading cause of death in this country.
Chinese medicine practitioners' comments on cancer. In the Huangdi Neijing 2,200 years ago, there is a large number of descriptions of the etiology and pathology of various cancers and treatment methods. In the practice of Chinese medicine for thousands of years, the causes of various cancers are attributed to the long-term imbalance of yin and yang in the human body and the imbalance of visceral organs resulting in stagnation of qi and blood stasis. Accumulation of phlegm and toxin that accumulated over time. Cancer is a systemic disease, and the tumor is only a local manifestation. For example, the lady having been diagnosed of breast cancer, it is not such part itself that had developed cancer, but that the stagnation of qi, blood stasis, and phlegm accumulation in her body had deteriorated to a considerable extent. The toxins accumulated in the body need a breakthrough or breakout. Her breasts, being the weakest part in her body, have become the breakthroughs chosen by the toxins to erupt and generate malignant tumors. This is why Western operations still cannot stop the remaining cancer cells to migrate after removing the affected part. The toxins or cancer cells in the body are still there and keep developing and will try to find other breakthroughs. How Chinese herbalists treat cancer. Western doctors would remove local cancers by radiotherapy and chemotherapy, killing the cells in the cancerous area, while an experienced CMP would tend to employ dialectical treatments based on a holistic view according to traditional theories. He would first make an overall diagnosis of visceral organs in the patient to see which one is imbalanced of yin and yang, and perform targeted conditioning to support the patient's already weakened immunity. To a dying patient, killing cancer cells vigorously is just to further weaken his immunity. A CMP would, first of all, rejuvenate the young to save the patient from adversity, strengthening the internal organs such as liver, kidney, spleen and stomach, etc., so that the patient can survive. To deal with the toxins throughout the body, he would draft prescriptions to improve blood circulation, remove blood stasis, regulate qi, dredge collaterals, soften firmness, detoxify, eliminate tumors, so-called kill poison with poison, then gradually strengthen the body, detoxify, and thus he eliminates cancer. In the practice of traditional Chinese medicine recorded in writing for more than 2,000 years, there are many descriptions of various cancers and treatment methods. Ancient CMPs endeavored to keep medical records, but from which people still cannot find any statement that the death rate of cancer was much higher than that of other diseases. In most cases, an experienced CMP is capable of treating cancer. I, the original writer, have personally seen an example, herbalist Yang Dao, a CMP hired by the China Association of Sub-Health Prevention and Treatment. He has diagnosed and successfully treated various cancer patients as long as they followed his instructions. Contrary to expectation, some patients with terminal cancer are reluctant to follow the herbalist advice, such as bone cancer, which is caused by renal failure, as it is so painful that most patients can't stand it if they don't take painkillers. Western medicine hurts the liver and kidneys. After taking painkillers and hurting the kidneys, bone cancer will spread rapidly, endangering the life of the patient. In some cases, patients vomited after taking Yang's prescriptions. Their illness requires vomiting, but they still felt hungry. Western doctors would take it as gastric mucosa damage and advise them to abandon Chinese medication, and as a result, the patient stopped vomiting after taking the pills that harm the liver and kidneys. The liver will seriously affect the function of the spleen and stomach, so-called. The liver tree does not nourish the spleen soil. Western medicine often targets at the affected areas. Traditional Chinese medicine is a holistic approach to treatment based on syndrome differentiation. The mutual restriction between the internal organs of the body is particularly obvious in patients with general debility at the advanced stage of cancer. Herbalist Yang followed the traditional method of Huangdi Neijing in treatment, targeting the cause and not the symptom. For any kind of illness, the 4 diagnoses are combined and the right medicine prescribed. After the patient's yin and yang are balanced, most illnesses are healable. Herbalist Yang emphasized that treating cancer is not as complicated as treating other diseases, and it is normal for incurable diseases to be treated well. Among the cancers, bowel cancer is special because there is no pain in the intestines. So it is advisable to do colonoscopy every year to burn off the intestinal polyps so as to prevent the hidden dangers of bowel cancer. The early detection of cancer. Cancer from scratch is a long-term process of development and change. It is undoubtedly everyone's concern if it can be detected in the early stage of its development, stopped in time by preventive cure. From the perspective of Chinese medicine, there are ways to detect cancer early. Traditional Chinese medicine believes that the occurrence of cancer is caused by stagnation of qi in blood stasis and phlegm coagulation. There is a simple method for diagnosing qi stagnation in blood stasis to resolve the pain. In Chinese medicine, blood stagnation causes pain after the disease is formed. The feeling of pain is obvious, such as lower back pain and/or lumbar spinal canal stenosis, lumbar disc herniation, neuralgia, acervical spondylitis, frozen shoulder, etc. Tingling in cancerous areas. However, in the initial stage of the formation of qi in blood stasis, people cannot feel the pain in the body in the natural state, and can only feel it when standing in a stance. Standing for 1 to 5 minutes, there will be obvious pain in the areas of qi stagnation and blood stasis in the superficial layers of the body, such as the shoulders, the neck, and the back. After a Zhan Zhuang stance or tree hugging in Taiji for 10 minutes, the pain of deep internal organs that may cause cancer is gradually revealed, such as chest, tracheal, stomach, liver, kidney, and even prostate. These deep-seated pains are manifestations of qi stagnation that causes blood stagnation, which in turn causes the pain that signals the symptom of the early stage of cancer. Western doctors used to state that everybody has cancer cells, while the correct expression should be everybody has cancerous factors. Qi stagnation, blood stasis, and phlegm coagulation are cancer factors. Yoga and other modern sports are not aware of the pain of blood stasis in internal organs that may cause cancer. A series of sports such as running, climbing, skipping, swimming, etc. can only sweat and even the muscles aches all over, whereas there is no feeling of deep blood stasis in the body. When meditation has reached a high level of unity of spirit, qi, and human atmosphere, such stagnancy might vanish. However, even with the skills of the lowest level of the 3 Taoist alchemy, and under the guidance of an expert, how many can stick to it for 1 or 2 decades? Instead, performing Zhan Zhuang for a few hours a day, within a few months the whole body is permeated, and no obstruction of blood. Zhan Zhuang is the basic skill of traditional Chinese internal martial arts. The internal exercise of standing still for a long time has been proven to be capable of scanning the pain of qi stagnation and blood stasis in the internal organs. The exercise mobilizes the blood of the whole body to accelerate the flow. When the blood is stagnant, pain and deep stasis reveal. This is what the predecessors of Neijiachuan, or internal martial arts, said. Big movement is not as good as small movement. Small movement is not as good as no movement, and no movement is an endless movement. 4. Zhan Zhuang eliminates cancer at the initial stage. The advantage of Zhan Zhuang is not only that you can find the qi and blood stasis deep in your body at any time, but more importantly, by insisting on standing stance, you can completely dissolve the stagnation of qi and blood, that is, eliminate the cancerous factors in the cradle. Back then, when I found my whole body in pain, I couldn't stand for even 1 minute. I clenched my teeth and stood for 3 minutes by 60 times every day. In the beginning, it looked as though I was being tortured 60 times a day, but gradually I increased to a total of 8 hours a day for 3 months with these. Zhan Zhuang not just ventilates blood, but also resolves phlegm. Some people spit out a lot of sputum when performing Zhan Zhuang, but there is no more sputum when the exercise is over. Certainly, this kind of phlegm is likely to become cancerous. Thank God our lungs function to vomit the bad and accept the good. The effect of cleaning the lungs, regulating qi and purifying blood cannot be underestimated. Lungs keeping helps reduce the hidden risk of lung cancer when air pollution worsens. For a good result, posture is not important. It is perseverance that matters. Therefore, stand for a few hours every day. I experienced the whole body being stuck in pain, and my standing posture entirely out of shape. But I kept doing for 3 to 8 hours a day. After 2 months, I stood up in good shape. In addition to anti-cancer, standing facilitates blood circulation to the peripheral nerve cells, can also cure or prevent numerous diseases, maintain wellness, and enhance our self-healing power.
We appreciate your like, subscribe, and share.